This morning I checked my email and I had a couple of comments there that asked questions. Well, one of them was from a guy who hasn't been able to reply on his comments, so I can't reply to his comment. What he was wondering is if maybe I could just shim my fence. Well, maybe I could, but I think I'm just going to build a better version of this someday, but not today. And then he wanted to know about these magnets. Well, I knew that eventually somebody was going to ask about them. They're called mag switch, and you can probably get them at any. I bought mine at Canadian Woodworker when they were on sale. Otherwise, if you don't get them when they're on sale, they're pretty pricey. Another guy wanted to know if this was the Laguna Resaw King. Well, yes, it is. And he was saying the cut looks pretty smooth. And I answered him back and I said, well, it's not that smooth, and I'm going to show you what I mean by that right now. Now, first of all, I don't want anybody to think that once again Ron is bad-mouthing this Laguna Resaw King, because I do like this blade. It's just as sharp now as it was the very first time I used it. Well, it's probably a little bit worn down, but I can't tell the difference. However, it is not ultra smooth or remarkably smooth as Laguna advertises. Now, it's a good blade. However, it's here we go again. Now, a mark like this right here, well, obviously that's where I probably changed position with my hands. Now, I'm trying every trick I can think of to keep this blade stable. I've even got it constantly slightly riding up against this one bearing. I don't know if that helps or not. Seems to. However, I like the blade. I'm glad I got it. Okay, we're not doing a product review here. We're trying to make a mantel clock, so let's get on with it. Now, before I can actually put the stain on, I do have to do a little bit of sanding. The profiling blade did a pretty nice job along here, and it feels actually pretty smooth. But the end grain, that feels pretty ragged. Well, I'm just going to sit down here and make myself comfortable. And there's no use using my downdraft sanding box for this. Very little dust is going to be created. And what's the use in running a 3 horsepower dust collector just to collect a tiny bit of dust when I can use this thing? And it can be turned down to a place where I don't have to wear ear protection. The base is pretty well ready now to take stain. Now for the top, I'm going to wait until I actually get this top of the top glued on, and then I'll do the sanding. But I will stain the under part because the uprights or the vertical pieces will be fastened to it. In other words, I'll be staining the top after the clock is all assembled. This is going to be interesting. Now, I don't know why I'm bothering to stain way inside there, because this is going to be in the back of the clock and it's not going to be seen anyway, but oh well. Might as well scrub a little bit in there. Maybe someday somebody will take the back off and they'll look in there and they'll say, oh, he never finished it. Now this surface right here and this surface right here are going to be seen the most. The little door frame will be covering that, you won't see that. And this will be the back. Okay, I'm going to just let that sit now for a while, and then I'll be assembling the spindles onto those pieces, and they will become, as I was saying earlier, a module. And then I will be putting them between the top and the bottom, clamping them together and drilling the holes in the right place. Then after the holes are drilled, then I'll stain the bottom and the underside of the top. Okay, these have stood here for about half an hour. I think it's probably soaked in about as much as it's going to soak in. I think that's going to look pretty nice.